Hello beautiful people and welcome back to the channel, the only place where you can look at the world burning with Islamic peace and say, you know what, I think I need more popcorn. We've got a fantastic lineup of heartwarming stories for you today, more incredible tales of human decency, proof that border control is doing amazing, and a deep dive into the most misunderstood religious scholars on the planet. Grab your coffee or maybe something stronger because we are diving into the depths of jihadi awesomeness. First up, we are off to lovely Bristol in the UK, where 7 pillars of the community have been charged with over 40 offences. Were they double parking? No. Loudly debating the merits of pineapple on pizza? No. They were doing something worse. They were allegedly running a group-based child sexual exploitation ring targeting 11 teenage girls. I mean, you have to admire the teamwork. 7 guys, 40 plus charges. That's a 5.7 crime per person efficiency rate. These men should be teaching a corporate seminar on synergy. And get this, the defendants are a veritable United Nations of talent. We've got an Egyptian, a Syrian, an Iranian, and an Iraqi amongst others. See, this is that beautiful diversity they promised us. These are the highly skilled doctors and engineers we were told would enrich the UK. I suppose they are just specializing in gynecology and pharmacology, but without all that boring paperwork and consent forms. And it is a sheer, total, absolute coincidence that 2 members of this esteemed group are named Muhammad. This definitely has nothing to do with a certain renowned 7th century figure who also had some, let's call them, unconventional views on the appropriate age for marriage and consummation. I mean, Muhammad is just a popular name like Richard Huckle or L. Bradley. Next off, we jet off to sunny Alicante, Spain for a story of tourism and torture. A 50-year-old woman was rescued after being held captive for a week in a drug den where she was allegedly tortured with a blowtorch and raped. Seriously, a blowtorch? That's not torture. That's just widely inefficient. Everyone knows that the best way to inflict pain is with a strongly worded opinion post on X. Just ask Keir Starmer or the UK justice system. Anyway, the main suspect is an Algerian national. This, my friends, is the vibrant cultural enrichment Spain has been crying out for. It is a bold new take on hospitality. And let's be clear, this has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that Algeria's population is 99% Muslim or any religious text that might be interpreted as giving some fellas the divine right to plow through any women their right hand possesses. And one of the arrested suspects was a Spanish national. See, that's cultural exchange at work. And based on progressive modern realities, a person who looks like this may very well be that Spanish national. Our tour of European delights continues in Berlin, where police are investigating the alleged gang rape of a 17-year-old girl. The assault allegedly happened in a vacant apartment that, according to the building manager, had become a popular hangout spot for groups of men. Probably just a book club, and the discussion on pride and prejudice got way too intense. Police arrested one man, a Tunisian, then they let him go. I'm sure he had a rock-solid alibi. In Germany, the rent may be too high, but the crime is free. Now, call me crazy, but what are the odds of the suspects being of Middle Eastern or North African origin and adhering to the life choices of the final prophet of the second popular religion on the planet? Statistically, that's got to be close to 0, right? It's always the people you least expect, like a gang of rogue Liberians. Yes, let's go with that. Now for something completely different, let's travel to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the ISIS-linked Allied Democratic Forces attacked the hospital. And not just any hospital, one run by the Little Sisters of the Presentation, because when you want to prove your religious and moral superiority, your first target should always be nuns. They butchered at least 17 people, slitting the throats of breastfeeding mothers in their beds and burning patients alive. But remember everyone, this has nothing to do with Islam. Moderate Muslims everywhere have absolutely no comment, but tell them that the perpetrators were screaming Allahu Akbar and watch them deliver a brilliant lecture about how facts like that are the root cause of Islamophobia. This ADF attack is clearly a complete misrepresentation of the religious command that inspired Muhammad and his rightly guided caliph to do, well, pretty much the exact same thing across Arabia and North Africa. It's just a crazy coincidence, like lightning striking the same non-run hospital twice. Speaking of spreading the good word, let's pop over to Lagos, Nigeria, which recently hosted Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim for a peace and unity convention. Unity through what, you may ask? Well, critics dug up a video where the Sheikh helpfully explained your 3 options when his pious brothers conquer you: convert to Islam, pay a jizya tax to not be killed, or fight and become a slave. See? Peace and unity. In another heartwarming clip, he proudly stated he would give his own 6-year-old daughter to the Prophet Muhammad in marriage.
Wallahi, if I had a 6-month-old, I would give it to him.
What a guy. So naturally, a former Nigerian presidential aide, Bashir Ahmed, rushed to his defense, calling everyone who pointed this out an Islamophobe. This is the same aide who had previously expressed his support for the death penalty for blasphemy and said it is an honor to be called an Islamic extremist. With friends like this, who needs enemies? This all goes to show that there is absolutely no reason to think Islam has a terrorism problem. Preachers like this and their powerful fans are simply showing us the blissful peace and tranquility that awaits all non-Muslims. It is a very peaceful religion, especially after you have been conquered. And still in Nigeria, over the weekend, bandits attacked a girls' school and just walked off with 25 students. They also killed the vice principal who died trying to shield the girls. The government's response was immediate and powerful. They sent the deputy governor to the area to assess the situation. I'm sure that was incredibly comforting to the grieving parents. Don't worry, the government has dispatched a man in an agbada to come and look concerned. Everything is under control. It is a shining example of the remarkable progress the Nigerian government is making in its fight against insurgency. The bandits saw the deputy governor coming and were like, oh no, a bureaucrat, run, he has forms. And they are being defeated one situation assessment at a time. It is a marathon, not a sprint, a very, very slow marathon. And for our grand finale, a story that perfectly sums up the security situation in Nigeria. An army patrol led by a brigadier general gets ambushed by ISWAP. The Nigerian army immediately released a statement. Fake news. The general is fine. He fought them off and he's back at base. And then a few hours later, ISWAP posted a photo of the captured general before announcing that they have executed him. So, awkward. This really shows that Nigeria is the safest country on the planet, a place where even the top military brass tasked with fighting insecurity can't even protect themselves. It's like your personal trainer getting winded walking up a flight of stairs. You just feel inspired. And it's all part of the government's effective and innovative laissez-faire approach to national security. And that's all the good news we have for you today. A world full of peace, tolerance, and competent leaders. Makes you want to hug your neighbor, doesn't it? Or at least check if they are building a bunker.